Hi, I'm Malcolm.
And I'm Rachel. We're two Canadians living on our 39-foot mainship trawler, living an adventure of a lifetime. We invite you to follow along as we travel 6,000 miles through Canadian and U.S. waterways around America's Great Loop. Well, hi there. We are in Atlantic City just for the one night, and it's just before 1 p.m. and we waited till this time because we need to wait for half tide and rising to get through some very shallow waterways up ahead. We're actually going to take the inside route, the New Jersey ICW, and we're just getting ready to leave. Malcolm has untied or unplugged the electrical, and he's just coming back after talking to some other loopers there. We're going to go kind of in a convoy and help each other out to know the depths as we go along. So we're just planning to go to another marina farther up the Intra-coastal waterway, and we'll stop for the night there. And we're hoping to get an opening weather-wise to the outside Atlantic Ocean up to New York City from Manasquan Inlet. So Malcolm is just starting the engine now, and I'm going to go get my life jacket on and get ready to untie the lines. Hope you're having a great day. We're now in the New Jersey ICW, which is known to be very shallow. And we went this way today because it's too rough on the outside. We didn't really want to wait in Atlantic City, so having talked to other boaters who have done this for many years and getting as much information as we can, we decided we would go this route at least part of the way today. And we timed it to leave at 1 o'clock p.m. And this allows us to reach what we know is a very shallow waterway on a rising tide, but at half tide. And that's what we were advised to do. And we've just learned that two other boats, one of which we know, left earlier. They left at 11, so they left at low tide and are grounded in this one spot. So we're hoping that when we get there, there's enough water for our boat, but we'll soon find out. The New Jersey ICW is winding, narrow, and impossibly shallow with ever-shifting bottom contours and no way to predict the next trouble spot. Some people said it couldn't be done. They said don't even try, go outside and never go inside. But we had help of a good friend who advised we could go the inside route, only from Atlantic City up to the Manasquan Inlet. He went a few days ahead of us with a deeper draft boat and let us know about two trouble spots. His best advice was to go on a half tide and rising. The night before, we sat down and mapped out our exact route and checked the tides for every hour of travel. It turned out the tide would be higher for each point, and if we were right, we should be okay and not run aground. Time would tell if we would make it. Other boaters heard about our plans, and we had a convoy follow us. Our good friends on Boomerang, a smaller boat, offered to go ahead and read out depths in those trouble spots.
is a report from the bridge. We're traveling inside. We're still in the ICW. We're in the last little stretch of ICW. And it's the one I think that strikes fear in the heart of all loopers. It's the bit that goes from Atlantic City all the way up to Manasquan Inlet. And we're doing it today, and I'll have to admit, there were moments when I think we were both fairly nervous, let's say, as to the depths. We got down to, I'm going to say 1 foot under the keel at some points, maybe a little bit less at one point, but we, so far, haven't touched bottom. Some of the people that left earlier than us, who shall remain nameless, did run aground, and they had to wait for the tide to come up. But no harm, no foul, they all seem to be fine. So the rain has started today, it's dreary, but what a great day to travel. If it were sunny, I'd prefer to be at a dock or exploring a town. So we are hopefully going to be done in about 2 hours, and we'll be pulling into a marina today. We could anchor, but we're with a number of boats, and we thought it's probably best we'll stick together because the next day we're going to anchor or a marina again, and the following day will be a big day. That's when we go to New York. So we'll be going up and around Sandy Hook. So it's a hopefully the last couple of days of being in the ICW. Then we'll culminate all of that by looking at the Statue of Liberty, and then off to the Hudson we go. That's a report from the bridge.
There. We have about 1 hour left until we reach our destination at Shore Point Marina in Toms River, and that's just off the New Jersey Intra-coastal waterway, and so we had a good journey, I think, today. We witnessed a couple of boats who had run aground, and they both got off, which is good, and I think one thing that we sort of noticed is that we did a lot of planning for this trip because of the very shallow waterways. We talked to people who we know have been through this area for years. We got as much information as possible and planned very specifically at each sort of leg of this trip where the tides would be and how it affects us as we go along. So I think I'm pretty proud of the way that Malcolm really looked at all the details, and we did it together and planned this journey. So, I mean, sometimes you run aground, you can't help it, but we were able to avoid any sort of catastrophic event, and we'll get into the marina at a decent time, just after 7 p.m. And before sunset. So it's been a good journey today, interesting journey, mostly rainy most of the way, but the rain has stopped now, but just kind of cloudy, and we'll be glad when we get in safely, and won't be too much longer on the New Jersey Intra-coastal waterway. arrived at our destination today at Shore Point Marina, and it's in a bay called Tom's River, just off of the New Jersey ICW. We went 45.7 nautical miles in about 6.5 hours, and the two boats that ran aground were able to get off, and everybody made it safely, and so it was a good day. And we had kind of a gloomy, rainy day today, but it turned into a nice sunset tonight, and it's cleared up. So it should be a nice evening. And we decided to come to our marina because the winds will be changing direction overnight and getting quite strong from the north. So we decided that there weren't as many viable anchorages out here, so we decided to come to a marina for today. Anyway, we're all done for now and just getting the boat closed up for the night.